Hello. As you can see, I'm still working on the spider. Today, from stream. So, welcome to the stream. I'm going to be trying to do actually like a tutorial for what I've figured out so far in terms of making custom NPCs. I think at the moment, the plan is to just make one tutorial that kind of teaches everything you need to know about getting a custom rigged model and sort of mapping it to the physics bones of the NPC. So, go ahead and get started. Alright. Hello, thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be teaching the basics of how to put together I'm going to teach you from start to finish how to make a custom NPC in Bonelab, whether it be a human or a crablet-shaped entity. It will work for pretty much anything. Alright. So step number one is you're going to need, if you don't have Unity, you can go to unity.com and you want to download, you just want to click the download button. And that's going to download Unity Hub. Actually, yeah. So the first step is going to be, if you don't already have Unity, you're going to need to go to unity.com, click this download button, and you just want to click, go to the, where it says download the Unity Hub, and click download for Windows or Mac or whatever you have. Step number one is going to be to head over to, if you don't already have, step number one is if you don't already have Unity, you can head to unity.com, click on this little download button, go to where it says download the Unity Hub, and click download for Windows, Mac, or whatever you have. And once you have downloaded the Unity Hub, you will have, I'm trying, guys. Once you download the Unity Hub, you'll have a window that looks like this, and you'll want to go over to installs, and the version that you'll need for modding Bonelab is 2021.3.5.1 LTS. And you find that just by going to, I think it's, you can go to install, you click install editor up here, and it will be in the download archive. You can just click long-term support for LTS and scroll down to 21.3.5. Yep. You can click 21.3 and having a hard time finding it. I'm having a hard time finding it. Here it is. So you have to go all the way to page 3, and you'll find LTS release 2021.3.5 F1. And go ahead and download that one. Gosh. That'll bring you to this page. You can go from all to 21.3. And then all the way over on page 3, for some reason, you can see right here, 2021.3.5 F1. Go ahead and download that one. And in your Unity hub, just go to locate, and wherever you downloaded that, just go ahead and install that version. Then you can go over to projects, new project, and you want to just select 3D Core, because that will, or 3D URP Core would be better. You want a 3D URP. You might have to download the template. Actually, I might just do that. Excellent. I missed something. Okay. So once you open up your Unity hub, you'll have something like this. You want to go over to installs, and then locate. No, not locate. Go to official releases. Yeah, I'm sorry. go to Install Editor, Archive, Long-Term Support. If you change it from all to sort to 21.3, you can just go to this third page here and go ahead and download the one that is 2021.3.5 F1. This is the only version of Unity that'll work for Bonelab modding. So once you download that in your Unity hub, oh, I forgot to take the thing off. It's okay, it'll be fine. This is gonna be a mess to edit. I'm doing my best. This is my first time trying to record a video while I'm streaming. Just like straight. Okay, once you download it, go to locate, find where you downloaded it on your computer, and as you're installing it, make sure that you check as per the stress level 0 Marrow SDK documentation. You'll want to include the platform's Android build support and Windows build support. And you want to have the OpenJDK and Android SDK and NDK tools, as you can see here. Okay. Now that you have Unity installed and you have the correct version that'll work with Bonelab, you'll want to go to the Google Doc, which I put in the description. And right here, this was created by Dusty, so big thank you to you. They also, I believe, put together the tools for actually, and I believe they, oh, my mistake. All right. The next thing you'll want to do is click on the link in the description to get to this Google Doc right here, created by Dusty. And big thank you to Dusty for making this guide, and also thank you to not swipes for the Crablet base, and carry on and on for the patch 2 extended SDK port. So in order to download that, you'll want to click right here, base NPC SDK. Click here's the link, and it'll take you here. You'll click the little code icon, the green button here, and click download zip. And you'll just unzip that file and drag it into your Unity. And you'll just download that zip file, extract it, and then drag and drop it straight into your Unity project. The next thing you want to do is back in the document, you download where it says custom NPC. This will take you to a Google Docs page where you can download this file, and that'll come with all the prefabs that you need to make the NPCs. That one will be slightly different than just dragging and dropping it into your Unity project, so just hold on, I'll explain what you do in a minute. Once you've downloaded those two things, you'll see on the GitHub page for the SDK, we have this how to install instructions page, and I want you to just go to where it says follow steps 1 through 5 from the official SDK. And we've already gone basically up through step 4, so you can start on step 4 here and create a new Unity project. Next it says to import the 3 required packages using the package manager. Make sure before you launch Unity you install Git. Okay, so you can just follow this link right here, and you install Git, and that will allow you to import these packages. Next thing you do, here I'll go into Unity so I can show you this firsthand. So you'll want to go to Window. Hang on. I'm trying to, what am I trying to do? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to show the window, but it doesn't work. So maybe... let's just do this. Add display capture. This. This way you can see the actual windows and stuff that I'm using. It'll be better. Alright. I didn't turn on my my other light. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do once you're in Unity, here I'll just start a new scene so you're not confused or anything. Alright, so you're in Unity, and you want to go up to the package manager, and hit this little plus icon. Make sure you installed Git before you try to do this, otherwise it won't work. Click add package from Git URL. And this is where you're going to paste in those 3 links, and click add, except you're not going to paste in the last link. You're not going to paste in this marrowsdk.git because as you can see here, it says in step 6 you want to import these 3 packages from GitHub URL, and the third one is this marrowsdk extended.git. So you'll want to follow steps 1 through 5, which will get you set up in a new project, and then instead of doing these 3, you'll want to do these 3 links. And that's going to take a minute, but once you've copy and pasted each of these 3 links into the Unity package manager like I just showed, you can take the zip file of this, and that's when you can just drag and drop it straight into your Unity assets folder. Alright. And it says continue following steps 7+ from the official SDK. So you can see here, step 7 says stress level 0 void tools validate project settings. And so all you have to do is go stress level 0, void tools, validate project settings, and there will be a bunch of things here, and you just click fix now, and then you click cool. Okay. Now we can actually get started. So, first thing, I told you to also download this custom NPC right here. And once you've done that, you can click this plus here. Where is it? Take it back. Okay. So once you've clicked those 3 links and you've gone to here and void tools and validated your project settings, now you're ready to actually get started. And hold on. Not quite ready to get started yet. Once you've got your new Unity project open and you've validated your project settings for there, then you want to right click in your assets folder and click import package, custom package, and then you're going to navigate to where you downloaded that custom NPC files, and that'll give you a folder like this called spawnables. And if you go to the base NPC folder, you can see we've got all these different bases. So aggroed, so that's an aggressive NPC, cranky, follower, mirror, passive, wandering, and base NPC. So these all have different behaviors, but they're just examples. This, I'm guessing, is just like a sample human mannequin. And I could show you how to do a human, but you already know like what a human is shaped like, so it's going to be the same process for a crablet-shaped kind of creature. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. So first thing I want you to do is click on your crablet or whatever base NPC asset you're using, prefab, and click Control D, and that'll duplicate it. And then you can just rename this by hitting F2 and rename it to whatever you want, like spider, for example. I already created a spider prefab, and so you can see if I drag it into the scene, it just looks like a crablet. Yeah, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. grab returned. Once you drag it into the scene, make sure that it is aligned to position 0, 0, 0, as a scale of 1, 1, 1. And we're going to install a Unity package that's going to make this a little bit easier. So go back up to the package manager. Click packages and change to Unity registry. You can then search for animation, and you're going to find this package called animation rigging, and going to have a little install button or a download button, and you'll click that and you'll import it. And what that allows you to do, what we're going to be worrying about is this object called physics rig. Okay, so the key here is we want to be able to show the bones. So I'm going to add a component that I got from the animation rigging package. I'm going to go to animation rigging and then setup and click bone renderer. Then you can hold down Alt and click this little drop down arrow, and that will just expand every single thing in the hierarchy. If I just open it normally, then I would have to like click all these arrows, but if you just Alt click, it opens everything. And I want to just, on the top of the physics rig, since I have this bone renderer here, I'm going to click this lock icon at the top of the inspector, and that's going to make it so I can select all the bones and drag them into the transforms section, just right on top of the word transforms there, and that'll add them all in. And for some reason, it doesn't work until, or you can't see it until you add a rig component. You can just remove the rig component immediately, and it's fine. So now you can see we have bones, and you'll want to just select any visual, like graphical parts. Make sure you click this lock again so you can select different things. Select any visual elements and uncheck skinned mesh renderer over here in the inspector, and that'll just make it so you can't see it. Do the same for that. And now we just have the physics bones, and this is the physics rig that actually allows the crablet to move around and interact with the world. So you can see if I turn on my, up here in the like preview settings, if I turn on the gizmos visibility, you can see it has all these colliders, and I'll just select the whole thing so you can see it's covered in colliders as well. Now that that's taken care of, you're going to need a model, a custom model with a rig that you can actually use. You can go to Sketchfab. There's a lot of free models here. There's other places like CG Trader. Just Google search 3D models and you'll be able to find somewhere. And a lot of times you can find free models. So this spider, for example, is a free model that I downloaded, and you can tell easily by the fact that it's animating right now that it is indeed rigged. Now, what is a rig? It's basically just a way that 3D models have of mapping the different parts of the model to essentially bones, like animals have. It's the same idea of our bones. They just they have joints, and you get the point. So what do you do if you have a model that has no rig? Well, if it's a humanoid model, you can check out Mixamo. You can make a free account on Mixamo, and that gives you the ability to just upload a character and line up the joints, and it'll just make a rig for you. And if you don't have a humanoid mesh with no rig, you'll want to use Blender, which is a free open source modeling program that you can download for free, and it's pretty user intuitive. There's thousands of tutorials online for how you can use that, so I won't go into it, but you can use this to add bones to your model. if it's not rigged already. And I am sick, so sorry for the sniffling and if I sound a little low energy. Whew. Alright. So you want to download your rigged custom model, or your custom model that you rigged yourself using either Mixamo or Blender, and you want to take that and drag it right into the scene. Now, there's a good chance you're going to need a material, and you can either use one of the stress level 0 shaders that come with the SDK, or you can use the universal render pipeline lit, and that'll work just fine. Right here is where you assign your textures. If you made your own model, I'm assuming you know all of this already, but if you didn't, the model you downloaded should have come with a number of texture maps, such as the diffuse, which just means color, the normal map, which gives it extra detail when there's light shining on it. This has a flattened specular map as well, which tells which parts to be shiny and which parts to be less shiny. And I actually packed my diffuse and specular map into one map that Unity knows how to separate out. You can look up a tutorial on materials and textures and things if you'd like to do that. There's, again, thousands of tutorials for how to do things in Unity, so I won't get into that. But you have your spider added into the scene, and I'm actually going to add a bone renderer to this as well. So I'm going to go to the root of the skeleton. You can see these are all the different bones that affect my spider. And I'm going to add a bone renderer to this. And add a rig as well so it works. And you want to press Alt and click the arrow to open everything. Select all the bones. Oh, make sure you click this little lock here, because that will keep this window on the same thing when you select all the bones. And then just drag that into transforms. And I'll go ahead and give it a different color. Blue and green is pretty good because they're very contrasting colors. So again, for some reason it doesn't show up until I add a rig and then remove it again. But now you can see, I can see the bones of the physics object and I can see the bones of the custom mesh object. So the green ones are the custom mesh and the blue ones are the physics bones. Now, this is very important. If you don't follow this step, nothing is going to work. Do not move or rotate or change these physics bones. The way that they're set up is the way they have to be for all the algorithms to work together in the AI, and if you mess it up, it probably just won't move at all, or it'll struggle quite a bit. So what you can do is edit these capsule colliders by clicking this little icon here next to Edit Collider under the Capsule Collider. And that allows you to edit the shape of the colliders. You can add colliders, you can remove colliders. Just don't rotate these bones. If you do, immediately hit Control Z, okay? So you can rotate them, but make sure as soon as you're done with whatever you're doing, Control Z, make sure they're back in the same position rotation. Alright. So this is the most time-consuming part of making an NPC right here, is once you've got everything set up, so you have your base NPC with the physics rig visualized and everything, and you have your custom model and your custom rig also visualized and set up and ready. You can click up here to get different views if that helps. And I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna leave the spider so that it's on the floor, but I'm gonna select the root of the skeleton and just move it up so it matches this. And the goal is just to match up these limbs and the bones as best we can. you just want to make sure that these joints, this is where the joints are, you want to make sure that they line up with these, because that will just ensure that everything on your model moves correctly. So, and one way you can test this, but be careful when you're doing this, is you can grab the bone that you want to test and select the physics bone that you want to check it with. That's the elbow left here, and just drag this onto there. Hang on, one step that I forgot. Actually, never mind, I take it back. I didn't forget. But if you're not able to edit this stuff, what you'll have to do is right click on the prefab, go under prefab, and click unpack. And that will allow you to move anything, do whatever you want. So I want to grab this, drag it under elbow, and then you can just rotate the elbow and make sure it looks good. So this is like pretty good, and probably close enough that it would look alright in game. But I'll just get it a little closer, and yeah. But here's the issue. You can see that now I can no longer see this bone, and that's because I broke the hierarchy. So I moved this onto a different object, and that broke it, and that means it doesn't know that these are even connected bones. So I'm just going to Control Z all the way until I didn't do that, and then fix it from there. And you want to edit your colliders so that they match as best you can. And something you might notice about these colliders, let me get a little bit better. Something that you might notice about the colliders on the physics rig is that they have these scripts on them called cylinder grip. And that is important for allowing the player to be able to grab the NPC. And so any part of the NPC you want the player to be able to grab, make sure it has a collider with a cylinder grip, and set the layer to enemy colliders. Up top here, switch layer to enemy colliders, and give it a cylinder grip component. That's kind of a whole other tutorial in and of itself, so. Oh, I just noticed I was doing the entirely wrong limb, so let me just redo that. Whoops. That's probably good enough. One tip to help moving the bones of the custom skeleton easier is you can switch between global and local transforms here. And so if you just want to move it based on like the global axes up, left, and down and right, you can set it to global. But if you want to use the transforms of the bone itself, like say move it alongside or rotate it in a certain direction, you can also use local. Make sure you change all the capsule colliders so they match. Alright. So now I've got all 4 limbs of the spider pretty close to aligned with everything. And the next step is going to be getting everything to move with the physics rig, okay? So as it stands, we have this object, which is the spider, and we have this other object, which is the physics rig. If you click on the actual physics rig object, you'll see there's this component called Puppet Master. And all you need to do is go to where it says muscles and assign them you can check and assign them. You can check what bone was originally controlling this. If you go to the physics rig and you select the target object that is already assigned, you can click this and you can click it and see what bone it is. And I don't know. It might be handy to drag one of the crabs in to the scene for reference. So on my reference one, I'll just select the root joint and see what that does. So that seems to move all of the legs, but keep the head stationary. So the equivalent of that, sorry, I'm sick, my eyes are watering and stuff. If you see my eyes watering, it's just because I'm sick, it's not because I'm crying. But if I go to my reference physics rig, you can see that the head is connected to this root joint object, and that seems to rotate everything around the body. So in order to replicate that on my spider, you can see that if I just select the base, if I select the root, it moves everything. So maybe I don't necessarily want it to move everything, I want it to kind of do the same thing as this, just to be safe. And what that means is I pretty much just have to move all of these outside the original hierarchy. And that makes it so the skeleton's head can kind of move on its own. Slight amount. Actually, I think that's a lot better. I added these other 2 bones, and now the hub bone looks like this. So I'm just going to go back to my spider, go to the physics rig, and under the muscles section, change the target. Instead of being like the root object of the crab, which we're no longer showing, we're going to use the root object of our spider. And you can do that for all the rest of these groups. So for hip left, we'll see that it's connected to this. I might want to adjust these actually, now that I'm looking at it. No, I take it back. Wait, no, I don't take it back. You'll have to make sure to move your bones so that they match up as best you can without stretching the model too much. And I'm also being careful to make sure that there's plenty of, oh shit, I was just moving the physics. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I got paranoid. I'm also taking care to make sure that, I help these back legs not collide with the butt as much as possible. I'm actually going to shrink down the whole spider a little bit. So I'm just going to select everything and get a little tiny bit smaller. Alright, I think that's better. I just moved these back legs so that they are a bit closer to these joints here. Okay. Like I said, that is by far the most time-consuming part. So, back here in the physics rig game object, if you look at the puppet master, this is the class that actually controls the bones and the muscles of the AI to kind of handle the moving around the world. I already showed you that. So for the hip left, we're going to want to swap it out for this. New target for that. And then knee left, we want to use this. Wait, I take that back. We want to use this one for the knee left. That's this joint right
Hey,
here.
Spencer.
Hello.
As you're doing our stream, let's just watch it now.
You want me to just link it to you?
No, I subscribed.
Oh, okay, nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a tutorial right now. For spiders.
Huh.
Or just NPCs in general. I'm trying to take what I've learned and put it in video form.
Speaking of video form, I wanted you to check this out.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the mod showcase chat in logging in 4-way and yeah. No, actually, I'm gonna put it in the VC chat first because I just was able to get this to work.
Okay.
One second. This one. Check this out. Just ignore the lag. I have OBS.
Okay.
Lags.
I'm 10 seconds in and nothing has happened. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
The ability to control it now.
Those are pretty cool effects.
Yeah, it's material.
Oh, do you have like a cone model or something like on the back of it?
Yeah, I originally was gonna like recreate it off of some dude's tutorial he made, but it was too much of a pain because he wasn't using this Unity shader graph. He was using some like other shader graph.
What, amplifier?
And I was thinking just like ripping it from his Patreon, but it turns out his entire Patreon is just free.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just.
So if I randomly start talking and I sound like I'm talking to nobody, it's because I'm trying to like make the tutorial.
That's fine.
I can get out of the voice chat if you want. I just.
No, I just want to say hi.
Okay. Yep. And just repeat this process for every physics bone in the puppet master. So shoulder. And finally the last elbow down here. That about. I'm not sure what this is about. The knee, the left knee has these two ignored muscle indexes, 4 and 6, and the left elbow has these two ignored muscle indexes, 8 and 2, but no other muscles have those ignored indexes, and I'm just going to leave it the way that it is because it'll be fine. Okay, so the last thing I want to do here is get these other two legs to move in the same way as the ones that I've already set up. So if you look at a spider, every other leg is pretty much moving in unison, like this leg and this leg and this leg and this leg are moving the same. The front and this middle one are the same, and then this one and this one are also the same. So we need to copy and or you can just click duplicate array element, or start with just the left hip first. I need to test something. You there, Slimy? Where'd you leave? Oh, you left. Okay. One thing I didn't mention is there's these colliders on this physics bone, and if you want to turn off any of those... Oh, I have this locked. So if you want to turn off any colliders, just click this little check, and it'll disable it. And we're going to add more colliders for the rest of the body once we're more close to the being done. Select your physics bone that you're currently working on and duplicate it. Hang on. Before we go any further, you're going to want to go over here to overrides and click apply all, and that'll apply all the changes that you've made to the prefab here. And if you don't want to have to do that, you can always just double click the prefab here, and now you're editing it by itself. But you can see that this prefab still doesn't include the actual spider model, which is why I'm editing it in the scene mode. I could just drag this under to be part of it, so. You can unpack a prefab if you need to edit it, and then you can drag the model with the rig in and drag it back into your project to Hmm. Well, it's fine, but for some reason it duplicated it instead of overwriting it, but that's fine. Now you can actually double click on it, go into the prefab editor mode, and do anything you need to do here. So, be right back. Okay, I'm gonna test these spiders in the game real quick, see how things are looking. It is taking a long time to load. Here we go. And quest link is really hard to use. Okay. I'll go into Halfway Park. I do have to download the Void Enabler mod, which apparently lets you do stuff in the menu screen, so that would be useful. Instead of having to load into a level. Alright, finally. Lagging. Lagging quite a lot. quite annoying. Probably should have restarted my computer before I started streaming. Okay, there we go. The lag stopped. Let's take a look. Here it is. Try to, oh no. I broke it. Mission failed. Doesn't work at all. What is the meaning of this? I didn't change any of the physics bones. I know. I'm gonna try with just that one setting changed and see if it works now. Drag that mod in there. And I'll start up Bonelab again. I'm tired, man. Shouldn't I try to do this while I'm sick? Probably have to finish this tutorial tomorrow. You know, I should have taken an Advil before I started this. Also, I should WD-40 this chair. Oh, I just cracked my back trying to make the chair creak. Okay, well, the void enabler thing didn't do anything, I don't know. I guess we're going halfway park. Okay, well, at least it loaded really quickly that time. Man. That's very upsetting. Doesn't... Oh, look. Everything is like off-center. Ladders for stuff are like over here. Trying to find the invisible object. This is messing with me. I know I just look like I'm drunk right now, but I'm trying to swear I just like stepped onto Collider. I'm confused. The pain and the suffering. Since it's not working, I'm gonna try just like starting over essentially, but with the same posed spider skeleton that I already have, because that's what takes like by far the most time. So let's just take this, drag it onto here, unpack the prefab first, take the spider and what the hell, man. Unpack. Let me do the thing. Jeez. I play the game too, yeah. Vortex. I play it and I also mod it. This is getting pretty close. Let me just so I tried just assigning the right bones to the puppet master muscles, but that didn't seem to work, so I'm gonna go back to the original method, which is just to drag the bones of the custom model, drag them under the physics bones and just have them parented to that. Oh, this is the AI rig. Just adjusting these capsule colliders so they fit around the legs a little better. I will have to make colliders for the rest of the legs, but I'm not worried about that just yet. I'm trying to get it to work. On the channel, I don't play much Bonelab, but I'm planning on doing some streams playing Bone Z. Oh, my eyes are watering because I'm sick. I feel like crap today. I just forgot what I was doing entirely. God, my eyes are watering. Come on, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to function right now because I can barely see out of my eye. Also, on top of that, this is just really annoying. Trying to grab this little cube here. Where? Okay. So collider should be okay. Except for this one, which I'll just deactivate. Jesus. Alright. So a couple things. First of all, I have this separate so the legs move separately from that. I want to just assign this to the head. Or, wait. If we look in the physics rig, the head configurable joint is here, so I'm just going to put this under the head. And we'll just go leg by leg, so. Shoulder. Just drag on this one. And then to the elbow, you drag this one. My God. My sinuses are just killing me. God. I don't know if you can see, but my face is messed up. Alright, now you can see if I move the physics bones, then the spider bones also move. Move on. Suki, no! Suki, no! That's trying to actually cause a natural disaster. Okay. So that should take care of that for the physics rig for now. And I can pretty much just pack it and test it in the game again. Let me rename this. I can't type. I can't even type right now. I'm losing it. I'm just gonna delete all these other prefabs because they're old and they don't work. But this, drag onto here. Go to my palette. Set the spawnable prefab to be here. Spider. Wait, I'm losing my mind right now. There we go. What? There we go. And generate packed assets. I do not know why it looks like this. Turn off the preview mesh and collider bounds because they look stupid. I don't know what they're doing. And pack it. My entire body hurts. Right, drag the game into the drag the mod into the game. I need to stop. Alright. But before I stop, test it one more time. It will essentially be the same place that I started because, well, not the same place that I started because I have new knowledge now. And that's a completely different place to start from. Suki, no! Stop it. There we go. Loading. Alright. Boy, it sure is taking a long time to load. Sure do wish I could, get the void activator thing to work. There we go. Please work. Okay, well, it's better now. At least, kinda working. But I did forget to attach the legs. The other legs. Oh, that actually freaked me out a little bit. Yeah, so all I have to do is get the other physics legs attached, pretty much. Okay. Seems to have given up. Alright. Well, that's about it for me today. I'm sick, so I'm really tired. And, well, it's working. I just need to attach the other legs and get that squared away, so. Thank you for watching. Oh, I didn't turn that off. Alright, peace out.